Some 2-3 years ago, she was very kind in asking me to bring the president of Rwanda, Kagame, is it? That's yes, and his ambassadors. And a presidential visit follows a different kind of order because you have to seek the consent of the governor. DC has to provide security and things like that. All those we got, but at the very last minute, I didn't tell her this, not to make her sad. We also received massive protests not to bring him, and we panicked. These things happen from time to time. I love fabric, and for those of you who love fabric, those fabric represent different countries. And as we lay in fabric, there are fabric of 12 people that my advisors asked me to remove. This is not unusual. Anytime you invite a politician, you should expect some kind of protest. And the panic was so much that we canceled the visit of Kagame. But we will never forget what she did in suggesting it and in making it possible for us. And we'll continue to develop contacts with her. I will let her make a toast. Many of you don't read your email. There's nothing we can do. When you are going to the bus, we already sent you emails several times that the first set will leave at 9, and those who want to dance, we dance for 1 hour and they leave at 10. If we say 9, you can't go at 8:45. This is a contract. All the rooms we are doing the conferences were contracted 12 months ago. These are based on contract. You can't just wake up and say, I want this lecture room, I want that room. It doesn't work like that. If you say the bus is, some people are stranded in the hotel. They call me saying, is the bus coming back? The bus cannot come back. Not only are we paying for the bus, everybody here is insured for driving that bus. So these things are far more complicated than you think. So you can't just say, boss, I'm tired, let's go. It doesn't work like that. So I will let Salim propose the toast, and then I will call on to, this is not a night of speeches. We just want to enjoy ourselves. Please.
Thank you, everyone. Like many of you, I've been here for many years, and like some of you brand new tonight or to this conference, this is a new family that we started, but it's a family that not only provides support to our hearts and minds, but provides support to our careers. And I want to remind all of us that the kindness of Professor Falola, of Mrs. Falola, and of the Africa Conference family really works because we understand the unspoken role we all paid forward. So a few years ago, because I was born and raised in France, I never go to a person's house without the right gift, and that's how the toast started. And I felt very welcomed in this family with all of you, and I'm always excited to have the opportunity to see you present, to work with you, to be on panels with you, or just to speak at some of the dinners. But tonight, there's two really important persons that I would like to thank. And first and foremost, the person who teaches us the true definition of being a king of humility. and that's Professor Falola. Thank you. Every good king has a wonderful, wonderful queen, and she's been our hostess tonight. And Mrs. Falola is probably serving someone as we speak, so she definitely deserves a big thank you. And we have a new leader of our conference who led us this conference and who's agreed to do it for next year, right? So Ken, I'm not sure where you are. Ken, you need to come up front, because I also, every year, bring a little something to say thank you. It's a little sweet, and it will keep you awake while you read all the papers we send. So Ken, if you will please accept a thank you from all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you. So without any further ado, I need to call one of my sisters. She spoke yesterday officially, but I want to bring her next to me. And every year, I usually never do the toast alone, and so I want to make sure you share in with me. So the mic is yours for now.
It's always a pleasure to be part of this family here in the great state of Texas, and to be here with Professor Toyin Falola and Dr. Mrs. Bisi Falola and all of you. And it's been a humbling experience for me to be here through the years, and we want to wish all of you a safe journey back to your destinations. We want to wish Dr. Falola many, many future years of success with this conference as it continues to grow and expand across time and space. So, cheers.
Thank you. Hear, hear. Many more conferences.
Many more conferences.
We can just give opportunity to 3 people, just 3, for short sentences, conference experience, whatever you want to say. Just 3 people. Yes, please, can you come forward? University of Ilorin, right?
Yeah.
Please be very short.
Thank you very much. I want to stand on existing protocol to sincerely, this should be my 5th appearance as a member of this great family, African Conference. I want to deeply appreciate Professor Toyin Falola, who has been a very deep and strong mentor as a budding academic in joining this family. It has been a good experience. I want to say to Professor Toyin Falola, we have learned a lot, not only from your humility, but the display of your academic sagacity in terms of yes.
Back for sagacity.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
It depends on my conceptual clarification on the terminology. I would say that sincerely, sir, we want to really put on record. I could remember 2011, my first appearance, and my very first presentation of my paper. I went back to Nigeria weeping because my paper was torn to shreds. But thereafter, that same paper I presented in 2011. In 2017, it won a fellowship. And I had to work on it and research on it. And come June this year, I'll be giving a fellowship at Brown University, Rhode Island. Highly competitive, over 4,000, but it picked less than 40%. So it's a product of what you have taught us. And despite the economic recession Nigeria is experiencing, ticket has gone so high, but for the respect of Professor Toyin Falola, we still have to be here, irrespective of the economic depression we are experiencing. Once again, sir, we appreciate you, and we thank you so much. Thank you.
2 more people, but make it shorter. Please, is the DVC of Tasholari University. they have the largest delegation here. Where is Ken?
I'm here, sir.
Before you all came, I was discussing with Ken how we are going to do another dinner for your delegation tomorrow. And when I cleverly asked you what is the plan, you said that delegation is getting disintegrated because you are leaving tomorrow. But if we know the number that is left, we will be willing to take you to dinner. 50 of them were sponsored, but 30 something are able to come forward. And I think those of you from other universities, this is a model you should recommend. Because of that number, we held a special meeting. We decided to appoint one of them as the editor for the conference papers because we need to do capacity building, having spent a lot of money. And their vice chancellor, before she became vice chancellor, was also a member of this conference. And I cannot thank them enough. They gave me an honorary doctorate some 2 years ago. And DVC, we thank you for leading this formidable delegation. Thank you. You can go and sit down. I've made your speech for you. Actually, I was going to say that Professor Falola already made my speech, but I will need to actually let people hear my voice. I really want to appreciate you because you also made some donation of books to the university some time ago, and the message from the vice chancellor also. She will have been here herself to lead this delegation. So we want to thank you for that, and we really enjoyed the fellowship, and we want to say definitely we'll come again. Thank you very much. One last person, and hopefully for gender balance, a woman, if it's possible. If it's not possible, we'll take the last person. One last person, preferably not a Nigerian. Yes, please.
I would just like to say that we've been coming here since 2006. Michael, my husband, and I have been coming from University of Puerto Rico. I'm from the States and he's from Britain. But we have a connection to Nigeria and also Senegal and Ghana. And we are so happy for this opportunity, and we'd just like to talk about the continuity of 11 years of participation and also the Caribbean connection. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And unknown to her, we started this big initiative of taking people to Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, Brazil. And as we're exploring this initiative, then came the crisis in African currencies, because we wanted to open up a third front. You know, we do this conference in March, we do TOFAC in July, and some people are talking at the back. You better listen. The TOFAC conference is in July at Ede. Originally, it was supposed to be at Sokoto, but people began to complain about security issues, and we shifted it to Adeyemi College of Education at Ondo on the theme of education. So please, we put the call for paper in the program, and please, as soon as we get back home, do please submit your abstracts. And next year we are going to Nairobi, the American University, for TOFAC. We meet here in March, and we go to Nairobi in July. The idea is to open up a third front in Latin American countries. Once the currencies get kicked back, we will announce this initiative so that we can bring members of the diaspora in that part of the world and open connections with Africa and for Africans, for them to be coming to Africa and us to be coming to Africa. And as part of this initiative, we are releasing a book next month on the Yoruba in Brazil, a continuous dialogue as part of this. this initiative. So, well, we are splitting you into two groups. Young people. I use Nigeria for age. I say Aburo Niger and Egbon Niger. Niger's senior brother, Niger's junior sister. Those who are born before 1960, I call them Egbon Niger. And all of those of you who are born after 1960, I call you Aburo Niger. Is that not the right way? So all the Aburo Niger, please don't go at 9 o'clock. I'm approaching 70. And all of you, when you get tired, I say, what are these people done with their body? Why am I stronger than some of you? Why am I stronger than many of you? So those who go at 9, those are people who are born many, many years before independence. So those of you who are born after 1960, you can waste your time and enjoy yourself. Thank you very much. Thank you all.